Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Emo Kids Anonymous podcast. My name is Robb Laffoon. I'll be your host today. Now, normally I'm co-hosting with the wonderful Amanda Valdivieso, but she's not here today. It's just me. Amanda, we miss you. Your seat is saved right here. Lord knows I need you. And I needed you today because today we got an interview with a band you guys are going to fucking love, okay? I'll tell you that much. Their name is Scarlet. And before we get into any more of that, I need you to do me a favor, okay? I talk about this all the fucking time on here. You guys hear me yammer about it. You think it's like a script. No, it's an honest plea from my heart to yours to please, if you enjoy this podcast in any way, toss us a like, follow us on other platforms, subscribe, prescribe, the instant release or the extended release. Either one doesn't matter. We have merchandise available over at neveraphasenetwork.com. Comment down in the comments what city you're watching this in. Comment down below what city you don't ever want to be watching this in. I don't care. Say something nice. Say something fucking terrible about me. Either way, any engagement helps, okay? We're living in a social media-driven world where everything is slop thrown at you, and we're trying really hard to bring you something quality here on this podcast. So please, if we've ever brought any joy or any sort of reaction to your life, give us a little reaction back, you know what I mean? We can do a little quid pro quo, you know? I'll tuck my shit between my legs for you even. That being said, I don't know if that needed to be said, but we got a hell of an interview here, okay? We got Ben and Luke from the band Scarlet. This band's from Cincinnati, Ohio, and they fucking rip. If you grew up on post-hardcore or third wave emo, some of the maybe more experimental bands of that era, you are going to love this band. They have a new record, No Alternative. It's 12 songs, 32 minutes, just fucking punching you right in the genital area, no matter what binary you are, okay? This record is great. It's a front-to-back experience. We talk about it very in-depth on this interview here, and we talk about, you know, I wasn't having the best day today, and I listened to this record, and it just fucking hit me in the feels so hard. Like, I'm legitimately co-signing for this one hard. We've had a lot of great interviews with some great bands on here who've been releasing some great music, and I'm happy to say Scarlet is one of them. In this conversation, we get into, obviously, the history of the band. We talk fucking the Jimmy Carter sample in the middle of the fucking record that took me by surprise. We talk the state of, you know, the scene today and social media and all the bullshit, and it gets pretty heavy. It gets weirdly fucking dreadful in the best ways. I legitimately enjoy this band very much. I call them the TGI Friday, the anti-TGI Friday of the scene, as in the customer's not always fucking right. I like that a lot about this band. I think you're going to like it too. So without further ado, here is my interview with Scarlet. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Emo Kids Anonymous. Today, my guest is a band out of Cincinnati, Ohio. We got Ben and Luke from Scarlet here. They got a new record coming out, No Alternative, I believe it's called.
Yes.
It's an absolute ripper, I will say. It does rip, as they say in the podcast community. So it's an honor to have you guys on. What's going on, guys?
Not a whole lot.
Not much. Enjoying this lovely Monday night.
Just minding our own business. I understand we've been pretty busy with the band. Things seem to be kicking up lately. Obviously, your guys' Twitter presence gets me a lot. You guys are very good at promotion. But on top of that, we have some pretty fucking sick-ass music. So, I'm hoping we can dive into the new record as much as we can. Do we have an official release date on this puppy yet?
Yeah, October 24th.
October 24th.
That is
a
very
Friday.
Quick. That is a Friday.
That's beautiful.
As the tradition states, Friday releases.
Yeah, I'm still adjusting to the tradition, but it's okay. So, for our viewers here who might not know you guys as well, this is where my co-host Amanda couldn't be here today. Normally she would do this part. I have to remember, you guys want to introduce the band a little to anyone that hasn't heard you guys, just, who you are, what you do. And that kind of information, I guess. Who is Scarlet? Is the chili in Cincinnati as good as they say, that kind of shit,
Yeah. So what's fun about that is Luke is actually in Columbus, Ohio, which is like 2 hours away from Cincy.
Damn.
So, yeah.
I only know 3 places in Ohio. I know Cleveland is north, Columbus is the middle, and Cincinnati's the bottom.
It's kind of like the Volvo logo, right?
Is it?
Well, I mean, like, what they used to put on the front of the cars, like with the slash. Like this, Yeah,
okay, yeah, I was going to say, bro, I don't think I've seen a Volvo in a fucking while.
Yeah, it has been a minute. You do have,
one?
I
What do
used
we
to.
got?
I drove that
Oh,
thing
okay. I
in.
was gonna say beautiful.
But yeah, we have a little diagonal stripe across the state, and it's all C's. Not sure whose plan that was, but yeah, we're mostly based out of Cincinnati. That's where the start happened. We stick to C cities for the most part. Luke and I actually
That's a good
grew up
idea.
in. Yeah, it is a good idea. Just like I was San Diego's not a C city.
No, no, no,
I mean, it's
no.
an
I know. It's
SEA city.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I've tried to find my way around this rule, but I haven't been able to. I lived in a community. I lived in a town called Claremont that's part of San Diego once. It's
That's a
close,
city.
but honestly, I was just fucking lying to myself.
It's a C city though.
Yeah, fuck.
But yeah, we're from Cincy. As far as who we are, it's a great question. We ask ourselves that all the time, because I think a lot of people think we're like a pop punk band, and I think at some time there was probably a lot of truth to that. And I don't know if I'd call us that anymore, but I don't know what I would call us now.
Interesting you say that. When I listen to the new record, I hear almost as much like third wave emo as I do like modern DIY emo as well. Dare I say there's parts of it, and I struggle to use this correlation, so take it in the best way. There's parts of it that remind me of the band Brand New.
Yeah, we get that a lot.
Okay, I was gonna say, I was like, this is kind of like Brand New without like the incel shit, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, like, I think musically they were quite something like that wasn't really around, and I still kind of think isn't around so much. I think there's a lot of experimental and like post-hardcore meets indie
Yes.
kind of to it. And I mean, a lot of the bands we were listening to while writing this are from Long Island. I mean, we worked with Gary Cioni on this from Crime in Stereo, Long Island hardcore band.
Yep.
So I think just like the influences really showed themselves on this. But like, I don't know, the last album, our like self-titled LP, was like very like influences on the sleeve, like just, yeah, let's throw some Blink-182 in there, let's throw some, Motion City soundtrack, like we love that stuff. But I think I don't know, I think looking back, that wasn't that long ago, and it's still kind of like when we were coming home from recording that, because Luke unfortunately wasn't part of that recording process, but and I think this album really shows how much Luke was a part of this.
It's been nice to be.
Yeah, when I hear what you mean on the first record, like there's parts of it. I think a lot of times when bands like you're like first 50 songs or so are always really good, like as a writer, first 20, 30, whatever your first, as you really come together as a band, but like it will lean derivative at times where it's kind of like, oh, this is our song that sounds like X and this is our one that sounds like Y. Whereas then as the band evolves, it's like, no, this sounds like Scarlet Street influenced by this, maybe,
For sure. It's like really easy. It's kind of like a buoy. Like it's really easy to lean on those like influences, because I mean, no, if somebody hands you a book and tells you how to write songs, like I don't think you're going to do too well. But like if you kind of go like, hey, I really like this band, like I'm going to lean on that. And when you start writing songs, like you really wear that on your sleeve. I think, yeah, definitely our first like, what's that?
Things can bump into each other, and you start out going in one direction, but then you get wrinkles going around from different ingredients, and it starts becoming a little less like obvious, but still recognizable.
Yeah, I'd say that's like I think we kind of hit a nice like balance on this one, where I also think we took some crazy risks, and I'm actually like, we're so far away from having left the studio now that I'm
where you can start to appreciate it.
Yeah. Well, like at this point, I'm like, okay, like nothing. I wouldn't really have changed anything, which I couldn't have said the same about the first album at all,
Dude. So I listened to it like a week or two ago. Whenever you sent it over to me, and I was like busy doing stuff, and I was in my normal mood, and I was like, yeah, this is tight. This is really fucking good record. And then I listened to it this morning just to like be fresh on it, and I was kind of like, I was having like a bummer morning. I was being a Debbie Downer. And my fuck did the record hit so well. Like it's been a while since I've been like, I'm gonna go listen to something that's like like I'm on my bubblegum bullshit a lot of the time, or I'll listen to music and I'll like enjoy it like as a nerd, where I'm like, oh, this is really good, or that's really good, but not like feeling it as much. I sat and I like, yeah, no, I got emotional to that shit today. It's a great like front to back record. I have to ask, what is the sample, the dreaming sample? What is that? Because I tried to Google it and it just gave me Martin Luther fucking King. Like I didn't know that one. It was like, who said this about a dream? And I clicked on it and it was like MLK Jr. And I'm like, no, I know that one. Like,
Are you talking about the end of
What,
Victory Speech, Luke?
Yeah, that was from the Crisis of Confidence speech from Jimmy Carter. I like chopped that up and like took a couple of different parts to recontextualize it and make it sound more cool. So I'm glad that worked out.
I like no, I literally I'm like I went like I was like copying, I was like typing out parts, but I was like, who is this? Like I couldn't. I was like, should I know what this is? I'm like I'm looking it up, and it's just like, who had the speech about the and yeah, just give me MLK, and I'm like I know that one. Like it's a different. It's like I like, bro, Jimmy Carter. What a fucking pull! You might be one of the first emo bands to pull out a Jimmy Carter sample. Honestly, how do you feel about that?
I don't know. I think it was a trailblazing moment by Luke there.
It was.
It was like so on point too, because I remember we were trying to get like another band to like be a feature on that part.
Feature, yeah.
Yeah, and like everybody was just like, nah. I was like, okay. And we were kind of running out of ideas. We even tried to get Gary. I mean, he's like an incredible screamer. We were gonna have like a screaming crazy ass part there, and he just nudged it off like, no. So I was like, okay, nobody wants to sing on this, and then we were like, what if we just have like a sample? What if we have something really weird here? And I think the Crisis of Confidence speech, was that 78, Luke, or was that 79?
I think
I
that
don't know.
was definitely after the halfway point.
Yeah,
Like after the full like Jimmy they didn't like him by that point, so
yeah,
it had to have been at least halfway through.
It's like
Yeah, rough go.
it's so poignant to the song. I was actually like, he like sent it to me. He's like, how about this? I was like, is that Jimmy Carter's Crisis of Confidence speech?
I was a political science major, and I'm realizing now why I dropped out, because I would not have known the Jimmy Carter crisis. No, I had no idea. I was like, what is this? So you might be the first emo band to have a Jimmy Carter sample, but you're not the first band to sample a politician, obviously. Last week, the Aren't We Amphibians album came out, and they have the Jeb Bush sample. Have you heard that?
Oh boy, I haven't heard that part. That's insane. The please clap.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Oof! What an era.
Right? It was like I remember like I stopped and I like had to go back a couple times because that one I recognized. I was like,
oh man,
fuck.
That is we could have gone for that. That actually probably would have been even more the surrealist hellscape we were going for.
Yeah, just slow it down and speed it up. Nah, we could copy it.
You did good with Jimmy. Rest in peace, Jimmy.
Yeah.
You're up in the peanut farm in the sky, brother. So with the new record though, how was the process different from the first one? And is it mainly you two coming up with stuff on guitars together? Ben, are you doing like a lot of lyrics and melody first? How's the average Scarlet Street song coming together here?
Ooh, quite a hodgepodge.
We used Discord.
Yeah, actually, it was kind of a wild idea that Luke had, where he was just like, "So what if we use Discord to kind of piecemeal some parts together, since it's going to be so hard for us to constantly be in the same room at all times?" And it was just like he would make a channel of a song, and I'd be like, "Okay, here's guitar part one." It'd be 10 seconds of a guitar track or something like that. And then, Luke or whoever, Jake or Robb would jump in with I like this, but, I don't think the ending of that's so good. I like that. And that was the other thing too, is we were all so goddamn honest with each other about like, no, not feeling that at all. Like, and I think that was also what's been amazing about this whole thing. Is I think the first album was a lot of me just being like, okay guys, here's the 10 songs and we're just gonna kind of figure out your own little part, but like being able to be like, what do you guys think of this? And there'd be like it's okay, I think we can do something here or there. And then eventually just building it. I mean, it's kind of amazing because we've got like MIDI only skeletons of some of these tracks that we can still go back to and listen and just go like, wow, that sucked ass compared to what we've got now.
This is great. I didn't start using Discord until like 2 weeks ago. I thought Discord was for perverts and furries and stuff like that. I didn't know.
It can be for that too. Yeah,
that's all. Just like that, I thought it was a for them, by them thing. I had no idea, and we have one for our, and it's like, oh, this is really useful. Like, oh wow, I was being ignorant. I was being the old man that was like, I'm not downloading another thing.
It's like when he suggested it, I was like, you mean the thing like people in like fandoms use to like talk about something really hyper specific? Cool, I guess. But yeah, like, I mean, they have like an audio, I mean, just like any other kind of chat, you can, upload audio or files, but I think it's like being able to separate it out into like,
I was going to say the idea you can separate song by song. You can literally have every thought from that song in one fucking go round. That's very smart.
Even having the previous versions available made it possible to revisit, like, oh, that idea in this new context, that actually fucking slaps, so let's bring that back.
Yeah, exactly. It was cool for everybody to, within the context of the song, just be like, here's my part, this is my contribution, or literally just like, yeah, I like it. I mean, hey, feedback's good.
Sick.
Yeah.
And
that was the big one.
A little easier that way. Yeah.
I mean, Luke wasn't in the band for the first album, and having him here on the second one, and again, like the complete like honesty of just like, no, the part isn't that good,
Luke, are you the X factor of this fucking band here? Is that kind of the vibe I'm getting? Is like,
well,
that's what Gary seems to think.
Honestly, it was just nice to be, because like before I joined up with Scarlet Street in December of 2023. And before that, 2022. Oh yeah, that's right, because we had started rehearsal before the show. And before that, I hadn't been in a band since like early college, probably close to 8 years. So like by the time I had been involved in this again, I had a lot of juice, and I wanted to, get it everywhere. And I was just really thankful for the opportunity to get back in a studio.
And yeah, like we for the first album we had a 3-week block, and we recorded the whole thing in 3 weeks, which was pretty cool. Like we had a huge rush of like creativity, but I think this time around we did 2 weeks and 2 weeks, so we split it up. And like when we left, Gary's like, I just need you to write one more good song. I don't need any of like you've done enough of the weird like heavy stuff, like no more of that. And that's I went home and like listened to a lot of weird stuff, and that's we kind of wrote Hail, which is like one of my absolute favorites on this album. It's like the first like acoustic-y song that wasn't fully acoustic, but that we have ever done.
The overdubs on that one.
Yeah, we that was the other thing too, is I think we went into the studio the first time going like, let's write like a banger fun pop punk album, and that was the goal. Like, and I don't know if we did that. I don't know if we accomplished that, but like this time around was like, let's shoot for the fucking moon. Like whatever it is we're doing, I don't even know what we're doing. I still don't really know what we made, but we were just like, this could be possibly the last thing we ever get a chance to record, and let's like make it a statement. I think we did that. I don't know. We'll find out.
I think so. That's what I'm saying. Like it sounds like a cohesive album to me. Like front to back, it feels like an experience. Like there's been a lot of great records the last 2 or 3 months in particular. Like I feel like right now is maybe one of the better times for like emo and just general guitar music, maybe even. You know what I mean? Like we're getting a lot of great records to the point that it's like, fuck. Like I feel like I already have like my top 5 albums of the year, top 4, like, fuck, now there's another one coming out. Like, I gotta, like, there's so much, but it's like, this really feels like you guys are, getting into, like, an area where it's very comfortable in the uncomfortable musically, but, like, it's like, this feels like a band. Like, I hear this, and this, it sounds like you guys, it's just, I guess what I'm trying to say is it doesn't sound like generic pop punk. Not that the first album's generic pop punk, but a lot of the times it's what you're saying. You're striving for this, striving for that. This feels like, oh, this fucking Ben guy and this fucking Jacob guy and this Luke guy, like, like it's like these guys wrote some fucking songs, you know what I mean? And like, this is what came out. It feels more like a cohesive art project, I guess. So you should be stoked on it.
Yeah, I think that was like a goal too, was let's make this front to back. I think the last album was like 10 songs. It was almost like a playlist of 10 songs. And I don't think we were going to be satisfied with this unless it was, here's a whole theme and vibe we're trying to give off for however many minutes we have of your attention.
It was very
How important? Yeah, sorry.
We like, even from the beginning, we spent a lot of time thinking about even stuff like track flow, like that carried
Mhm.
through to the end of it. And just, yeah, we kind of wanted to do things with intentionality and make it so each song gave the album as a whole like a very definitive sense of flow, I guess.
You guys are fucking album nerds too, just like me. I can tell. I could tell when you sent it over and I saw that it's 12 tracks in 32 minutes. I was like, that's what an album's supposed to be. And like, same thing with, there's been a lot of great albums lately where like, I think in general, not so much our space, but in general music, there's been a thing where it's like everything's single oriented or EP oriented or just content, like
Yeah.
just the general like reverence for the album hasn't existed the same way. But with you guys, I get that you're kind of album nerds. Is that correct? What, and if so,
Oh,
what were the first couple? What are the albums that fucked you up the most as kids? Like that got you really down this path?
you first, Ben.
Melancholy and the Infinite Sadness by Smashing Pumpkins.
Pumpkins. There we go.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, it's a tie between that and Siamese Dream. Like, I was one of those kids in like middle school and high school, and Luke can attest to this. Of like, I was born in the wrong generation. Like, I was like listening to music that was way
You're
before.
a little fucking Pumpkins Gen X kid.
Yeah. Even though I was going to high school in like the 2010s, but like, yeah, I like that, and still to this day, like, OK Computer, Radiohead. Like, I think I got my start like when I was younger listening to bands like NoFX and Blink and Lagwagon, but like I always had this, I don't even know if respect is a strong enough word, but like I loved very emotional, heavy, and I don't mean heavy as in like, guitars, because I was never a metalhead, but like
No.
like it hit hard. It had a lot of,
Yeah,
even
no,
if it
I mean,
was
yeah,
cheesy.
even heavy, like, yeah, no, yeah. I just watched this show for like the fifth time. That shit. It's called Beef. It's on Netflix. It's this fucking heavy shit. But at the end, like towards the end, they play fucking like Mayonnaise and like the heaviest part, like at the end, and it's just like this is a song I haven't heard in like 15 years. Like since I first like rewatched it. I hadn't heard it at that point. In so long, and I was just like, what a fucking song. Like getting emotional over. I'm just like, kind of take it for granted, yeah, because it's not as heavy, or it's like, oh, that's this or that, and it's like, it fucking rips, brother.
Yeah, that whole album, Siamese Dream, and funny enough, like Siamese Dream is probably a better front to back album than Melancholy, because Melancholy is like something like 37,000 songs.
I was gonna say, it's too long, yeah.
But yeah, I'm a huge to this day, I'm a huge Smashing Pumpkins fan. I love them.
Well, I feel
But
like your attention to guitar tones kind of like you have a retentive approach to how the guitar actually sounds out of the amplifier that I've always appreciated, that I correlate with
sick.
guitarists like Billy Corgan.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
so fucking sick. When I was younger, I was not like, I didn't care for the Pumpkins, and I don't know why. Like, I love Nirvana, but as I've gotten older, like, it's like, no, Pearl Jam is on, and then it's like, yeah, the Pumpkins is one I came around to in like the last like 5 or 10 years or so, and it was just like, oh, these are like, these are perfect fucking rock songs. Like, oh, like,
I always liked them too, because it felt like they always wanted to do more. Like they weren't ever content with like, okay, that was a fun song. I think they just like, I feel like they wanted to take on the world, but they never got around to doing it.
I think maybe that's funny you say that, because like Billy Corgan is very like entrepreneurialistic. Like he's almost got like some like Hillary Rodham Clinton in him almost, where he's, very, like, well, since we're on the topic of, semi-unpopular Democratic leaders of the past,
right.
But, where it's like, they're just like, maybe he's like a little too entrepreneurial, a little too motivated for rock music at a time, especially back then, it's like so slacker. It wasn't cool to care. Billy Corgan seemed kind of like a guy who was willing to admit, like, I want to be in the biggest band in the fucking world kind of thing. And it's kind of like, no, we're supposed to hate our success, bro. We're miserable.
Yeah, not to dig too deep into the autobiography of Billy Corgan, because this is not what was the intended plan for this podcast, I'm sure. But
there's
their
normally
career,
a man that keeps us on our plan. The train's off
their
the tracks,
career
brother.
interests me so much, because I feel like every time they put something out, it was so. I mean, even like a universally liked album like Siamese Dream. I feel like they were so heavily criticized every time they put something out. Siamese Dream comes out and like, oh, these guys are just ripping off of Nirvana. So they go with this really ambitious, strange ass album with 28 songs on it. And everybody's like, that's dumb. This is all artsy and whatnot. And so then they put out another album and called Adore, which is maybe like their second best album ever, and it's like all electronic and cutting edge and weird, and everybody's like, they're so weak and puny and everything. So what did they do in 2000? They put out like this metal album, and everybody's like, not as heavy as Limp Bizkit. It's just they couldn't win, and
is Smashing Pumpkins, did they get the Nickelback treatment at the time, or did they get the MCR treatment at the time? Because as I'm saying this, I'm like, I feel like they almost got Nickelback, but they almost got kind of more MCR'd. Yeah,
I think the Nickelback approach was a response to how they were being MCR'd. I think that's what they did. They were criticized to a point where they're like, fuck it, we're just gonna make dumb rock songs if that's what you want from us. Clearly you want 1979 over and over again.
Love that you understood the batshit way I worded that to you. Yes, thank you. Wow.
I'm picking up what you're putting down.
I was gonna say, speak the same fucking language, brother. What about you, Luke? What's your Smashing Pumpkins over there, brother?
Well,
who is your Billy?
When I was in high school, I think because I had been into a lot of metal in early high school for the guitar stuff, but it wasn't a case where I was like, yeah, every song on this album is great. Like, I appreciate the album as a whole. Like, I think the first album that ever did that for me was Static Age, Misfits. I love that album very much.
There we go.
And after that, I think the first album that I really, emotionally, cracked my head open and got me to, oh, I need to hear more albums like this was probably In the Airplane Over the Sea.
Well, Neutral Milk Hotel.
Yeah, that album was, because, I just wasn't used to emotionally involved music that really got you in that way. So after that...
When you were more into metal, were you playing guitar already? Were you more of, a guitar kid?
Oh, yeah.
That's the thing, because I remember the metalheads, a lot of the times, they just wanted riffs, you know what I mean? It came down to the riffs. Was that kind of your thing?
It was Iron Maiden, Metallica, Megadeth all day. I used to play, when I practiced, I would I would play, all of Kill 'Em All. I had Megadeth greatest hits where I would just pick out songs. I could never really learn the solos very well. I always developed more into improvisation instead of learning solos. But I learned all of those riffs. I was very into metal as a child.
It's true. I can attest to this. Yeah, I knew him.
Did you guys go to school together?
Yeah,
we did.
Yeah.
So you guys went to school together. Did you play in bands before this one? And then so how does Luke randomly end up in the band after not being in bands for nearly a decade?
So I thought that's a great question, because you lived in Nashville for a little while.
A little bit, yeah.
And I was living in Cincinnati. Halfway through high school, I had to move to Pennsylvania. And when I came back for college, he was actually going to college initially up in Cleveland, and then you moved down to Nashville. So we were after high school, we were never in the same room or even the same county.
You were doing less Volvo logo, more like Acura logo.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Or a pentagram or something. But
yeah.
So yeah, it was just a case of we were never in the same room. Initially, and this is some fun Scarlet Street lore, I guess, is initially I got really into the band Into and Over It, one of my all-time favorite bands. And I remember I saw them play live up in Columbus. I don't know if you were living in Columbus at the time yet, Luke, but 2016-ish. Yeah, you were. I remember. I was like, dude, if this guy can kind of just make this shit on his own, with a drummer, why can't I do that? So that was the original Scarlet Street songs were just me on all instruments except for drums. And this is where it gets even funnier, is the first thing Scarlet Street ever put out was recorded by Luke at his apartment. So
it was recorded at the gas station I worked at.
You recorded at the gas station?
After hours.
What kind of gas station was it?
It was a Shell.
Shell, hell yeah. Yeah, I used to get into grease shit at the Shell too. This sounds much more productive.
Yeah. I think we waited until 9 or 10 or something like that after they
Yeah, we waited
closed.
till third shift and went into the back storage room. We had to take breaks while the air conditioning was going for us to do vocals.
Yeah.
Sick.
So we did that, and I think it was
Did
an
your
EP.
boss know you were doing this at the time? I got it. Yeah, I'm such a gas station. They didn't. So we were against company policy at this Shell. Yeah, in the back room recording it. That's the most Ohio shit I've ever heard in my fucking life. I love it. That is American right there. Like,
Yeah.
fuck yeah.
It's Americana.
Fuck. Yeah. Yeah.
We recorded that
beautiful.
EP to astounding praise. I got like 20 streams or something, and
Hell
then
yeah.
which is actually did better than that. It got like 1,000, because I remember even telling you, Luke, I was like 30 people will hear this, and that's fine. I'm super psyched about that. And like the song I don't want to work, I just want to bang on this mug all day. Sometimes we still play that one.
Sick.
Yeah, that one, man, people like that still. And yeah, so we recorded that, and then eventually I started bugging people because it's like, hey, I have to play these live now, and I can't play all instruments at the same time. So, yeah, I mean, it was kind of, at first, it was just people who were around Cincinnati. It was just like, hey, can you hop on guitar? Can you hop on drums? And we had like one guy who, right before our first album dropped, he got really pissed at us and just left abruptly. But we had already booked. We played last with 2 touring bands, with Ultimate Sin. Yeah, his friends couldn't be there, so he was mad.
Oh no.
This is great. I get to talk shit on a podcast.
Yeah, you talk all the shit you want. I like stirring the pot around here, so yeah, fucking.
So yeah, I was like, fuck, well, it's gonna be hard to get like a guitarist, because we had booked the last single of the album was just about to come out. That was Dealey Plaza, and so we were like, oh shit, okay, we got 2 months until the album release show. And we're gonna like try to make this a huge event and everything. We can't do this as a 3-piece. We've done shows we've done 1 or 2 shows as a 3-piece in the past, and it went terribly. So
just the guitar is it's too thin.
No, yeah. It's just I take after the Billy Corgan thing, and just like, I'm gonna layer 80 guitars on this track.
Yeah.
So
the one guitar track doesn't really fucking, the one with the dirty channel, it doesn't, you can gain it up all you want, it ain't fucking hitting.
It sounds like ass. So I just like literally was like, I don't know who else to ask, and I like, I've been giving Luke like daily, weekly updates about like everything we were doing with the first album, and like at that point he was practically in the band anyway. So I was like, hey dude, can you cover guitar for this one show? And it's been that one show for like years now. So
yeah, it'll be 2 years in December.
Yeah,
that's beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, it made sense too, because we did the same thing with Robb on bass. Like I was like getting bassists to cover for me, but I've known Robbie since first year of college, and it was like finally I was like, after like 2 years of Scarlet shit, I was like, hey Robbie, can you play bass? I don't know why I didn't ask you. Can you play bass?
Can you play bass? You can figure it out, bro.
Yeah, so it was like kind of funny. I'm like, why didn't I just ask my friends to play this band? Why did
Yeah. No, I went to I remember I went to music school for a bit. And I was like, oh, I'm playing with these great musicians. This is great. And then it's like after like 2 or 3 times, like the novelty wore off. It's like, music is really meant to be played with your friends. You know what I mean? Like, this is cool, but like, I would really like to do this with, and like, I was in a band once where my best friend was a guitarist. He's like, well, you should find someone else. I'm like, brother, I'm only doing this to hang out with you. You know what I mean? like, this is really just, these are all ways to just hang out. Like,
it just, I don't know. I think we're luckily, like, I think I've used propaganda to get these people into the same music I listen to. Luckily, they are receptive to it. But,
also gaslighting,
yeah, exactly. So I like emotionally hold these people hostage until they want to play the same music as I do, and it's working.
And it's worked. Yeah. Luke, do you have any complaints so far?
No, you did emotionally blackmail me into checking out Brand New before the album, and they made an impression. Some good, some bad.
Yeah, you're like, some good, some bad. You're like, touchy, you're like, I don't know. Yeah, you're like, I don't know.
But no.
I tweeted about him once, and then everyone got really mad. Ben, what happened? The fuck did you do to me, bro? Like,
it's funny because so Gary, our producer, has toured with them quite a bit, and It was funny because we were all in his house plastered eating like chicken wings or something after like a 12-hour long session of recording. And he like, Gary looks at me, he's like, it's funny because you really like them. And he looks at Jake, he's like, and you don't give a fuck about them. Which is funny because we've never talked to like Gary about our influences or anything. Gary doesn't care. We just show up and we,
right.
Oh, and that's
He's professional too. He could probably smell it too,
yeah, and that's a whole topic on recording with Gary Cioni. Probably quarter or half of the bands you've talked to, the name may have come up before.
I was gonna say it's a name that's coming up. I mean, just in that Long Island scene alone. How'd you guys end up linking up there? Did you search him out? Did you send him like a little cold call? What'd you do there?
Kind of. So the first album was recorded with him. And the band, a fantastic band that is doing some very unique stuff that everybody should check out from Dayton, Ohio, just a little bit north of us. Knavery, fantastic band. They had just wrapped up actually, I don't even think they had wrapped up. I was like listening to a single that they put out back in like 2018, 2019, something like that. And I was like, this is amazing. Like who did this? Because it was getting to the point where like we were getting frustrated recording stuff in like living rooms anymore. And I was like, we're a little too ambitious and like wanted a bigger sound than what a gas station back room could offer. Right.
I'm really into I'm going to go back. This is I can't tell if I'm insane or brilliant EP. Is it that one?
So yeah. That's 3/4 of that. And then the last song actually I recorded just in like my bedroom or something. But 3/4 of that is Luke and I. Oh no.
There you are. You're good.
Yeah, I'm back. Yeah. Okay. But 3/4 of that EP is partially recorded in a gas station back room, and then the last track is just like recorded in my bedroom at the time. But so Knavery put out this really good track. I forget the name of it, but just all around they've recorded a few tracks with him, and I noticed like his name was coming up, so I sent him an email and of all places, like there's probably other producers who would have been much closer, like
right?
geographically.
I was gonna say, that's a stretch, yeah.
And for some reason, I picked him out because I was really digging the bands he was recording, and so he sends me back an email, just like, yeah, check your stuff out, give me a call, here's my number, and I call him up, and so right before I called him, I did a little like Google search, and I was like, who's this Gary Cioni guy? Like, let me check him out. And the first thing that comes up is Crime in Stereo, and if anybody knows anything, I love Long Island hardcore. I like Lifetime and like, and what's funny is that's like there's some bands that like I'm sure people of a certain age listen to in like high school and stuff. Like I didn't know about any of these bands until like college or like at the end of college. I was like,
sick. That's even better because you can appreciate it more. When you're younger, you're almost like collecting bands like they're Pokemon. It's like, I know this band, I know that band too, I know all of the bands, but like you're not really, for the most part, you're not really allowing every record to fuck you up. You know what I mean? Whereas that's
what's so weird to me about anything that's, and dare I say third, I hate the wave thing, but like anything
I love the wave because it gives us stuff to fucking talk about that's unimportant as a content creator. It's like the Jordan or LeBron bullshit of like fucking content. It's like, this sucks. Every band every band it comes up with, they're just like, we don't know a fucking wave we are. I'm like, don't worry about it, bro.
Yeah, the DIY entertainment industrial complex.
The big money and big emo entertainment.
Yeah, but that's what's so weird about that era to me is it's always associated with like middle schoolers, and I'm like, because as somebody who wasn't listening to that in middle school, that was a little bit before my time. I don't understand how middle schoolers were listening to that, and I don't know why it's still to this day associated, because like that is. I mean, they may have been like 18, like take like Ace Enders from early November.
Yeah, early November, yeah.
Dude may have been 18, but like he's like writing at like a 37-year-old like drug addict level, right?
There's a lot of the main little bunch of bands kind of gets it painted as like childish or something like that. It's like, oh, you associated with the poppy stuff, pop punk with like, oh, a Blink, NFG, this is fun, but like even on the more like emo side, you're like, oh, the Taking Back Sunday song, it's fun. MCR, like it looks like fun, but it's like if you remove yourself from the era and you listen to them now, a lot of it has a lot more depth than you expect, which is why I think NSYNC and Backstreet Boys were for kids of the same age a little before that. And, no offense to them because I love both Backstreet Boys and NSYNC, but like people don't fucking obsess and resonate with that shit as much as they do that era of like emo and shit, like it's stuck with people for a reason.
It's bizarre. I think everybody got into that music. Like that was not aimed for teenagers. It's associated with teenagers and teenagers listen to it. But like, I think as you got to get into your mid-20s and even is like you listen to it and you go like, that's like mega heavy hittings. Like nobody, and it's not just them either. I mean, like a great example that probably isn't summed up in the same kind of, maybe it is like Law Dispute. I mean, like listen to their first 2 albums. Like that's, again, like I think that's like that's closer to my era there. But like,
yeah, I was gonna say that's right there. That's Law Dispute though. Like exactly. Like I don't think that should have been a Tumblr, like
No.
Teenage Girl Band or something like that. Like that's just kind of gnarly, bro. Like
that,
yeah,
and that's and to not to change the subject, but that is probably my album of the year. I don't know.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Our friend Lee said Stereotherapy vouches for that one hard as well. I haven't fucking listened to it yet. I've been in on it. Came out like 2 or 3 months ago.
I think it came out like 3 weeks ago. Yeah.
Oh shit. Yeah. There's been so much in the last like. I have like a backlog of records. Fuck.
I know. When you make music your profession, and there's so much coming out. I think this year specifically is kind of like a watershed moment, just because I think there was a lot of. I don't really know what's been happening the last 2 years. I think a lot of people are trying to navigate post-COVID era of music with streaming now being, the like 100% accepted. Like you just assume everybody streams the music. Like even 5 years ago, you could maybe make the argument that's like, well, people might download this on Bandcamp instead. I think you're to the point where it's like you are making music for Spotify, and from the moment you start writing it, which probably wasn't like, if you think about a song from like 2021 that was released in 2021, it may have been being written like 2018. And like even maybe before that, like you could justify being like, sure, like Spotify's an easy way to upload this, but like I'm going to make something. Anything made like this in the last 3 years has been made in a fully streaming world. And I think we're getting to the point where we're navigating that. And I think some bands like The World's a Beautiful Place, Law Dispute, looking at that and going, okay, that's not going to change the way we write music. I don't really care.
No.
And then some bands are writing it. They're like, fine, we're going to make 10 singles, and that's fine. I mean, I think it's like so hard to like write and do and talk about what we have done on this album without sounding like pompous about it either. Cause like we did write this to make an artistic statement.
Of course. Yeah.
But like, that doesn't mean we hate music that's fun.
No.
Even though ours isn't,
Fuck. How much does that fucking kind of like, I haven't made a record since 2017. People were still buying physical CDs then, bro. The cars at the dealership still had CD players even, you know what I mean? Or I could sell them telling you it was a rolling tray. Like the store sells you pre-rolled weed now, and your music's all on your phone. It's a different fucking world. Like, especially as like fucking music nerds like myself and fucking people that love the concept of an album. And I'm sure same thing where it's like, you want people to sit with this. It's 32 fucking minutes. Just listen to the record. You know what I mean? But like you go into it knowing like people are maybe not going to give it the proper, like, how do you fucking deal with, does that affect anything?
I think certainly at every step of the process, it came to mind. And I think even after we finished recording the album, but certainly before, was sort of like we both said, fuck it. Like if they're not on our wavelength, we didn't make this for them.
Do either of you fucking, I can't tell by your ages. Ben, you're married, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yes. Do you have kids? Either of you guys have kids?
Luke is about to have one.
I got one on the way.
Hell yeah, Luke! Welcome to the club. It's tough. Everyone's telling you how great it is. It's very stressful, and you're just worried all the time. It's a lie. It makes life a lot harder. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. It should be great. No.
Nah, I know. I'm
fucked, pal.
Looking out, but...
Right? Yeah, you're fucked, bro. My bathroom smells like piss right now because I can't stop him from peeing in the shower. It's just me and him here during when he's here and he won't stop peeing. I have a daughter. My daughter's an angel. But the boy and I, it's like a Homer Simpson Bart thing. It's like, we're going to fight one day, young man. I mean, he's 7. He's 7, but like I can tell him, like, I'm like, when you're 13, you're going to take a pass at me, bro. And like, we're going to have to fucking, you're going to come at me. Like, I don't
This
I don't
explains
trust you,
that your last sentence there explains so much because I have a daughter and she's fantastic.
Oh, yeah, no, my daughter, sweetest girl in the world. No, if you're listening, I love you, baby. Like, Benji, I got my eye on you, brother. But, like, no,
Luke,
I mean, I love you. Do we know? Son, you have a son on the way?
Yep, got a son.
There can only be one penis per fucking under each roof is the rule. It's science.
I know that when he starts to come out of the birth canal, I'm going to start hearing war drums and like,
right? Right now. But the reason I was getting at that is like, I think about music now and it's like, my mom passed away and like I don't have like recordings of my not even like I don't even have like voice memos and let alone songs, but it's like for my kids it's like, yeah, even if maybe 30 people or 3,000 or however many people cared about that record, your kids, you've kind of created something, and it's the same thing you should feel with this record, and all music in general, but especially this last one where it's like in fucking 5 years, 10 years, 20, 40 years, 50 years, maybe even like your grandkids are going to be like, yo, check out my grandpa. Like this shit rips. You know what I mean? Like that's like you are creating something that will live longer than you, even if it's in like 5 or 6 people's fucking, playlists.
I think, yeah, honestly, that legacy aside, like I think we did write something that was like, I don't know, a lot of the albums I revisit all the time are like stood the test of time. And I think that was something like we almost specifically wrote an album that wouldn't be appreciated right away. Like that was almost not quite the goal,
Sick.
but like I think we went into this going, we don't know if people will dig this. It may take them a while.
But at some point we're going to be able to hit these motherfuckers with an I told you so.
Kind of, yeah. I mean, like, I think I remember we played Coachella in 2024. So what? It's also not Coachella. We're gonna get sued now for that.
Yeah. Connor Shack is literally fucking like texting me right now, like cease desist, like fucking cut his feed. Yeah,
the Cella
the
that
festival
foes.
formerly known as Coachella asterisk.
Like I remember we played 3, so we were not even finished recording the album, and we said, fuck it, we're gonna play 3 songs that aren't even finished recording yet. I mean, we thought, I guess at the end of the year we would have the album out, and here we are almost at the end of the next year, and we finally are starting to get it out.
October 24th.
Yes, October. Yeah,
yes.
on physical media and whatnot. I think I remember like we played our old stuff and people were like pretty psyched about that, and then we played the new stuff, and I literally had the moment of like Marty McFly saying like, "Guess you guys weren't ready for that one yet, huh?"
Sick, right? That's tight. That's when a record's good. That's good. That's good.
Yeah, it was like, oh yeah. So we sort of turn up like the post-hardcore thing a little bit, and like I don't know how you can't look at like the state of the world and not want to scream every day. So like we made a record like that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I've always considered myself such a bubblegum pop punk this that guy, and it's just gone by the wayside so much the last year, and it's like fuck, I didn't really think about like outside things. I thought I was just maybe just like have on a different vibe. No, you're right, the world is fucked.
Yeah, I mean, I think I read a book and then I made him read a book, the Mark Fisher book, Capitalist Realism, where
Sick.
you're not depressed because you've got an imbalance in your brain. You're depressed because the state of the world is fucked up.
Yeah, okay, this makes sense. Yeah, I've been thinking it's my fault.
Yeah,
You made him read a book and you made him listen to music?
Yeah, I'm a dictator. Like I'm a.
I was going to say,
dictator.
do you know about the BITE model? It's how they decide if something's a cult. It's behavior, information, thought, and emotional control. You're controlling the information.
Yeah.
You're running a full-on cult here.
So
Is
this is like the Manson family, but it's a band.
hell yeah? Is
in
that
this 2020
tying it in here? Is that where these omni-dying global thing ties in? Let's explain this before we run out too much time here, because this has fascinated me.
So I think any band who you've had on here will go on here and tell you how much they hate marketing, right? Like I think I saw like you had an episode like not even a week ago about how much.
Where he's just like, fucking, I gotta make these fucking clips, and I gotta do that. And I'm just like, yeah, bro, I feel you. Like, fuck.
And I think we decided definitely, like, when we were rolling out the first album, we were like, sure, we can like do these, like, we're a pop punk band, we can do these like fun, silly, like, videos or whatever. And when it doesn't work, dude, it's so embarrassing, like, to look back and like going back to like the thing where you look back at that and you go like, what the like this.
God
this
damn,
isn't
it's
us
for 14 fucking likes.
Yeah,
like, what are
yeah.
you fucking doing? Yeah.
You can justify it when you get 14,000, but you get like, yeah. So we decided going into this that we're like not only is this a statement, but like everything around it's got to be a statement as well. Like it can't just be. Everything on the internet is about trying to grab attention. You have 24 hours of everybody's attention, and it's an economy in its own. If we are going to grab people's attention, we're going to do it. Just like the music we made, we're going to do it on the wavelength that we're on. We're going to find people at our level. We're not going to try to pick up people who just aren't going to be receptive to this at all. I mean, going in, I think we knew this wasn't going to be an album for everybody. And
sick fucking quote.
Yeah, I mean,
great quote.
If we were gonna advertise while having an album that's pretty anti-consumerism and critical of the current state of social media and society, to then turn around and go like, anyway, here's the fun clip of this song is so hypocritical. And I just like, we weren't going to compromise our own values to sell music. So the Omnidine Global and all of that thing was a Kafka-esque poke at everything you're doing on this system, on Instagram, whatever, is a corporation profiting. And that was the whole idea, was like, let's do a fun jab of corporations, man. They love you and they love your money and data and they will sell it. Please, voluntarily give it all up.
It's so fucking fun and so well thought out, and you guys like sending out the packages and stuff like that. Like, it's just like you said, like marketing is it's not, it's just like the promotion. It's promotion. It's just like, look at me. Whereas like this feels like an interesting technique to like maybe people for a second like, what the fuck is that? Like, what and then like, oh, like there's levels to it. It shows you care. I think it gives people like something like exciting to latch on to as well. Like, it's fun. Like, it feels like I love pro wrestling. That's why, like, before we started this, I was like, are we just gonna go full fucking kayfabe and I'll just fucking like, this corporation's real? Like, I'll play because it's like, that is exciting. It's same thing like the biggest, like MCR is, when you think of emo, people think of MCR. The reason MCR is so big is like Thursday's a really good band too. Is MCR MCR is a very good band, but like, there's other bands that were very, very good. What MCR did better than anyone was like world building and like fucking, I mean, like Sleep Token. I think that shit fucking sucks, but it's massive because they build world. You can build world and be good. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, it gives more, it makes it immersive. You know what I mean? As opposed to like, okay, I just listened to 10 songs. That's nice. What's fucking next? Because a lot of the times in our consumer world, it's like, once you put out the record, you like, for lack of better terms, you just came, brother. Like, you have nothing else to give people. You know what I mean? Like, then what? Now you need to go make another single. You need to book, like, the cycle begins again.
Yeah, and that alone is something we've always been so like weary about. I mean, there's like so many bands that put out an album earlier this year that like I don't think anybody's talking about anymore, and it's like depressing.
I was gonna say, every album of the year, I'm like, oh, this is my album of the year. The latest one of the oldest one came out like is Kerosene Heights. It came out like August 13th or something. Like, that's like 2 months ago. You know what I mean? Like, I can't remember the stuff that happened in the first, I mean, like the Downboys did a record. Like, there's some stuff in there that was pretty cool. Like, I remember kind of like, but yeah, it's easy to like forget. Like, it's fucking frustrating and difficult as a band to keep people latched on.
Oh yeah. And I mean, we live in a society I hate that sentence. We live in a society. That phrase has been ruined.
Costanza in it, yeah.
Yeah. But we, like, especially with social media, the idea is to keep you scrolling constantly and to not latch onto something. Because if you do, then you're sad. The moment you're satisfied with something, you stop looking for new things, which, to not keep just looking for the next new thing is profitable. I was going to try to be deep with that, but that's it. It's
right.
just
Yeah,
that.
like, that's really, at the end of the day, everything's kind of driven by money.
Yeah.
How much of your fucking money, and it, like, I think it came out today, but we just did an interview with this dude Peter that has this band Mary Don't Care. They're wicked cool, but like he's asking, he's like, oh, like how do you do like your social media posts? And this, I'm like, I put words on it because the longer you're reading, the longer you stare at your phone. My job, I'm paid by the Chinese to keep you looking at your phone, and that sounds crazy, but it's like it's partially true. Like my job is to keep you. And it's like that sounds, but it's like that's like when my friends are like. I'm a 36-year-old man, so naturally I have friends who are like, I will never download TikTok. And I'm like, good, you shouldn't.
Yeah.
Like, this is not good for your head. Like, it's not like I've met some cool friends on there. It led to doing this podcast. Like, I have friends that like, I get to talk to fucking cool motherfuckers like you guys, but it's like, you don't need the social media unless you need to do it like this necessary evil. Like when you're in a band, you have to, but it's like as a consumer, like, please, you guys. At the behest of our success, like stop scrolling for a second, please.
Oh yeah. I don't think either of us. I really don't think anybody in the band actually has like personal social media. I mean, we have it, we don't use it.
Yeah.
It's.
I get
weird.
enough carpal tunnel at my job.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah. I like Twitter. That's it. I like scroll on Twitter. I like seeing what people have to say. But like same thing, like too much time on here will make you you'll start getting angry. You'll start thinking everyone agrees with what you say all of a sudden, or they think the opposite, or things will get really weird, and you'll be like, "What did I fucking click on to get it here?" Like, oh no.
Well, the thing that strikes me the most about how most social media, especially Facebook, is it's like 4chan was 10 years ago. Everywhere is just 4chan now in terms of the level of like rage and hatefulness.
Right? Yeah. Just kind of hear like these motherfuckers are doing this. Like this is like 2006 Reddit, brother. Like you guys.
I remember when I had to go on to poll to see stuff this disgusting. Like now it's just everywhere. They all talk like 4chan. Like everybody says cuck now. That's
yeah. A lot of cuck talk. Really disrespectful. Yeah. It's very weird. Like you guys are let people do perv stuff as they'd like, you know what I mean? Like why are you thinking about like this guy naked so much? You know what I mean? Like it became like a right wing thing, and then it's like these echo chambers. It's like, why are we talking like this? Like even like therapy speak stuff, you know what I mean? Where like all of a sudden is that there's this comedian in LA here I know, and he has this bit where he's like everything's gaslighting now. Whatever happened to good old fashioned lying? He's like, he's like, I'm a liar. I'm not a gaslight, but it's true. It's like, it's gaslighting. It's manipulative. And it's like, he's like, I can't just be a lying piece of shit anymore. Like, it's like, like,
yeah.
Or
all
like
these terms are taking over.
Wojaks are everywhere now.
Yeah.
I didn't even know what that was till like a year ago. I just see the thing. I have a little brother. He's like I'm on the internet a lot, but I'm not on like the part of the internet that's set in the internet. Like, bro, I didn't even know the fucking Pepe Frog was a bad thing until like 2 years after it was.
You can't let Pepe Frog be a bad thing. It's only a bad thing.
I didn't
if
know.
you let it be a bad
Pepe
thing.
the Frog. The only frog to me now is No Problemo, the band. So that's the new frog.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I will say,
Pepe,
oh shit, here come that boy
usurped.
though.
Yeah.
He never did anything wrong.
That's also a good frog. Yeah.
Ultimate meme.
You're still using that for your fantasy team, I think.
Indeed, I am. I think the way that sums up social media like the best is I got a dumb story from a book I read.
Beautiful.
In 2007, I think. I don't know. I wasn't around yet. I just want to make you feel old. That's all.
I was like, fuck, what do you mean? I was graduating high school that year, bro.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Normally Amanda's here. Amanda's a couple years older than me. She evens it out for me. This sucks. You've ruined my fucking night.
Yeah, that's what we do. So in 2007, I think it was Facebook rolled out the timeline. You might correct me on this because you were there.
Fuck you, Ben. Fuck you. Yeah, I was. I do remember Facebook in 2007. That's the year I got it. I don't remember before it had the fucking timeline though. That was for the college kids. I was in high school still.
So they
There was
rolled
a
it
time
out.
with no timeline, though. Okay,
Yeah, so you used to have to go to, like, if you wanted to know what Luke was doing, you'd have to go to his page.
You had to go to the profile. Okay.
Yeah, because you logged in. The first thing it would show you was like, here's your stuff. Like, here's you.
Oh, fuck, I don't remember that. That would have fucking set me into crisis mode.
And if you want to know what people were doing, you had to like seek them out and find them, right? And so in 2007, the developers are like, let's try this thing. Let's like have everybody's stuff sequentially, right? We'll call it the news feed. And they roll it out, and the backlash is so massive. Everybody's pissed, right? Because they're like, dude, every time I comment on something, it goes to the top, and everybody sees that I comment on something. They start commenting, and it's so annoying. And I just want to see, like, I just want to go on there and just want to see my friends, and that's it. I don't want to see this news feed.
Fucking millennial bitches.
Right.
This is why I fucking hate my generation. Thank you.
So what happens is groups were a thing in Facebook, right? But even back then.
I remember the groups. Yeah, I remember the Facebook groups. Yeah.
So somebody makes a group called Facebook Users Against the Newsfeed. And because they make it and people start joining it and it keeps going to the top of the newsfeed for everybody that so-and-so's joined. So, Facebook use, so it becomes massive because the biggest Facebook group overnight. And it's like there's a huge backlash to the point where Mark Zuckerberg has a whole press conference. He goes out there and he says, okay, sorry guys, we heard you, we get you. We're going to look into some things. And he turns around and he asks his like reports people, he's like, how did usage do today? And they said, we've broken every record. Everybody's on here and they're staying on here longer than ever because they're all pissed. And he said, sweet, roll it out for everybody. So, I mean, that was back in 2007. They knew that keeping people pissed off keeps you on the internet longer. So, and that's what this album is about.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. Like, it's like people, you can only think of one major boxer the last 20 years. And the reason you think of him isn't because everyone wanted to watch him beat someone up. You wanted to watch him get the shit kicked out of him. People angry. That's good. I've been saying for like months now that like, on TikTok, I think they have like the geniuses over there like have developed this thing where it can like, because it has to access your camera. And this is about to get, I wish I had some tinfoil. I'd throw the tinfoil on my hat. I'm convinced that it has a camera watching you and it can see how your eyes react to posts. Because like, I don't think the likes and sharing and like hearting matters as much. Because like I'll have posts they'll get like 10,000 views, but it'll get like 100 or something likes. It's like, that doesn't add up. And it's like, I'm positive people are like maybe they're just like, they don't like what I'm saying or something, but they're like reacting to it and they can sense it and you sit on it longer. Like it's checking how much your pupils dilate and how your mouth moves. Like
they can get so much data just off of how quickly you like or share something. It's a, what is it, a Skinner? It's a modern day Skinner box. That's what it is.
I mean, hell, with facial recognition, it wouldn't surprise me if they could measure it like facial.
Yeah, that's I'm like, and you have to have your camera on. I'm like, if your iPhone has the recognition, there's no reason like advanced apps wouldn't have something similar. And you terms and agreements, I've never read that shit. Maybe if any of the overlords are watching this, yeah, if Mark Zuckerberg, if you're watching this podcast at the hour mark right now, if you've been sitting through this, I want to say we do love you. Thank you. Please don't do anything to us.
Yes, Daddy Mark, please. Thank you for your opportunities.
Please, lizard, reptilian lizard overlord, Daddy.
Please donate more to the Trump campaign.
Right, yes, please keep doing what you're doing. Build the fences higher around your properties in Hawaii. Yes. The locals love it, and so do we. We love you. All right, I think he's off now.
Yeah.
So anyways, after that fucking diatribe where we both agree that social media, the fucking what's next shit sucks. After the album comes out, what is next? Do we got a tour lined up? Are we rocking the road? Are we working on local shows? What is the plan to get as many people here as possible?
We got a lot going on personally, so it's so hard to book a show anymore. You got to know people. You got to do this stuff like 8 months in advance anymore. I mean, yeah, it's hard. It's only getting harder every day. Right now, we got nothing lined up. We're just we're putting this out. We're gonna do our best. We got a few shows lined up afterwards that we're gonna announce soon, but nothing too crazy this time around. And I think because we get into next year, we might unwind a little bit and see where we can go with it. But yeah, dude, it's hard.
Gets a little trickier too. Just in general, as half the DIY venues been bought up by Live Nation or they closed down, and this changes and that changes. Plus, like Luke's got a fucking kid on the way. You got a daughter. Like the idea of leaving for 3 weeks or 5 weeks is not as easy, especially in a world where the rents and the mortgages are no longer $300 to $500 and shit like that. You know, like the world's fucking different.
It's a rich kid's game.
It's
really
a rich
is.
kid's game. No, you guys are one of my favorite Twitter accounts because you will run your fucking mouth and you'll say shit that's honest. And same thing where it's like, you know, we saw like Foxing break up the other week, and you basically said it best. You're like, this is gonna keep fucking happening unless you're Cameron Winter or something like that. Like unless you got daddy money, like you are fucked here. There's no surviving.
There isn't, and that's like, I think that's why we like wanted to make such an artistic statement with this, because I mean we could have maybe gone a safe route and done some like modern baseball style like slacker rock, and you know, maybe we're probably not as good as the bands that are doing that, to be fair, but like you know, like we could have done that. We could have played it safe. I think we did that on the first album a little bit. We played it safe. No point in playing it safe when you're going to lose regardless.
Were you thinking maybe with the first one a little more like people will like this? That's a catchy song, like things like that, as opposed to this one. It sounds like it was very much you guys being like, you know, for lack of better terms, fuck everyone else. We're going to make a record we love.
That is absolutely the thought that went into it.
Sick. Yeah, that's the way to do it.
Yeah, it's no fun to write a record that's just like, let's make this catchy. I don't know. I hear that all the time. Why play a pop stars game when the pop stars are so good at it
You're
already?
chasing a fucking dragon that doesn't exist. You know what I mean? Like I was in a band for a long time and we did decently well out here. And like my biggest regret is like so much of that time was me being like, oh, poppier song, catchier song. It should have this, that, as opposed to being like, well, I really like fucking Bruce Springsteen. Why don't I just make like a Bruce Springsteen sounding song and do this, because I'll listen to it fucking 10 years later and be like fucking sick, as opposed to me now listening and being like, God damn it, what were you doing, you know?
Yeah. Just like I said, if you're going to try to write pop, you're competing against Taylor Swift.
Competing against Taylor, and you're probably not going to beat Taylor. You're not gonna...
Yeah, I don't think you're going to, I wouldn't take that bet, personally.
No. We're voting for Taylor here, unfortunately. I hate to tell you that. Yeah, it's gonna go to Taylor. What song are you guys most excited for people to hear on this fucking puppy here?
Oh, Bears and Sharks.
Like the opener there?
It wasn't like a deliberate decision to make like our favorite song the opener. I think we wrote that knowing it would be the opener, and
it feels like an intro. Feels like an intro.
It does.
That was my thought with like a lot of the records that came out recently, like Saturdays, Are We Amphibians, like Summer Brews, Kerosene, like a lot of these records, like you'll have like you're doing opening songs where they're not intros, but they're like it's setting a fucking tone. Like,
that first Kerosene Heights, yeah, dude, that first Kerosene Heights song that was perfect.
It's just right. Like I remember like hearing it for the first time, being like, this feels like I'm getting into something. Like it feels like. You know, it's like the difference between like a popcorn flick versus like fucking cinema, whatever the audio version of that is. Like I'm about to experience a record. Then you get to the end and it comes back around and like it feeds into each other. You're just like magical.
For me, Bears and Sharks is, I think, maybe my favorite on there, but like I also just want to see because like not many people we haven't really leaked this album unless you got a package or you maybe bug Jordan from We're Trying Records hard enough. I am very curious to see what people make of Mid-Century Modern. That's
there we go.
Yeah, that was something. Boy, that was years in the making too. I'm so glad it ended up on our record.
I look at records like it's like the four corners method, you say, you know, where it's like side one, like the opener and closer side one, the opener and closer side B. Like with the way the track listing goes, that's the start of side B, and it kind of interesting, re-energizes you almost. Where you're just like, okay, we're in this.
If you get through the whole album and don't feel like mentally exhausted, I think we haven't done our job.
That's the feeling I get you. Like I was having like I said, I was having a fucking rough morning and I was just like, fuck this record. It hits. Like, like I'm like, this is getting to me. Like, bro, I was getting emotional over a goddamn Jim Carter speech, apparently. You know what I mean? Like, good job. You wore me out.
Like, obviously, it's nice when you can make something positive out of something negative. That's kind of what keeps humans alive. But, like, also, pretty nice to just stew in misery for a bit when it seems like everything's pretty bad. Like, that's
Yeah, that shit was hitting, bro. I haven't done that in a minute. Like, y'all were the soundtrack for that shit. Like, that was nice. I was in the perfect spot to just go comatose to a Scarlet Street record. And, like, yeah, it was some, like I said, like, I think the first time I put it on, like, I was doing other stuff. It's not, like, you know, Netflix makes these movies now where they purposely, like, put more dialogue in it so you can know what's going on while you're doing the dishes and scrolling your phone. This is not that kind of record. And a lot of the time I'll consume music like that. Like, I'll always have one AirPod in, and I'll put something on and I'll hear it, you know, and I'm doing other stuff. And, like I said, I was like, this is really good. This is good. This is good. Really good. Okay. And then, like, today, like, fucking just laying back, put on it, and I was just like, it's all around me. It's recorded great. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, okay, this feels like, you know, we got an emo Scorsese on our hands here. A Paul Thomas Anderson, maybe.
Yeah, I think this album is like a kind of a response to escapism, and like I don't want to sound like anti-escapism. I think obviously I just think we've done that for like 10, actually probably at this point like 15 plus years. Like ever since like 2008, you know, like everything's felt bad in 2008, you know, and it's just like everybody's like, what's the next summer bop? And I'm just like,
yeah, everything is escaping. Everything is remaking the nostalgia from your childhood, so you can feel good. Commodify your good feeling.
Exactly.
The Funko Popification of the world.
Yeah,
you know?
and I don't want to hold people's hands either. I think
fucking like that. You have a real fucking anti-customer service to you that I respect the shit out of, Ben.
Have you called the Omnidyne line? Because it's very inconvenient.
I will be calling the Omnidyne line as soon as this fucking ends. I might call the Omnidyne line for the intro to this episode, actually. That's a good idea.
You can spend about 20 minutes on that if you really want to, but
we'll put it at the end then. I don't want to bury your interview. They'll stop watching by that. They're already going to get upset that the girl's not here. They're going to be like, I have to listen to this man listen to his fucking phone on speakerphone like some motherfucker on the bus. Yeah. Fuck. Amanda, if you're watching this, I need you back so fucking bad. Train wreck in here. Fucking Ben's talking shit, making me feel old. Fucking Luke's giving me this goddamn fucking look. Fucking he's giving this fucking I'm like he's silently judging. He's like, fucking, I saved this band, I'll save your fucking show. Like,
You just have one of those judgmental faces.
No, you guys are fucking great. I appreciate you. Before we wrap it up, for the people that don't know you at this point, but they still sat through an hour of listening to us fucking yammer, where can they find you on the internet? Where can they fucking find you, you know?
Oh, they shouldn't. They should just stay offline and probably go see us in person. We have nothing fun to offer online. But if you want to venture out into digital darkness, you can find us on Spotify and Apple Music, and we've got a Bandcamp that I'm, you know, sometimes maintaining, and yeah, you can find us on Twitter and Instagram, and every once in a while I think to post on Blue Sky.
Damn, I haven't downloaded Blue Sky yet. I gotta get on there. I feel like the Twitter one, I see a lot of pretty questionable stuff, and I'm like, I don't know if I should be on this app. Yeah,
it feels illegal.
It does feel illegal. Yeah, no feet pics or anything on the band pages, huh? Strictly like music and thoughts.
Yeah, every now and then maybe some
the call center line to get those.
Yeah, you do have to sit through call center labyrinth for like 3 hours.
Okay, yeah.
One, but
feet pics. Speak to representative for feet pics.
You're gonna love
Give me
that.
Luke's.
Yeah. Oh man,
fuck. I hope by this point, I hope that the people who are listening this deep, they're here for the long haul. So we appreciate anyone listening, and I appreciate you guys coming on. This fucking awesome time. I'm genuinely stoked for people to hear this record. I think it's the shit. You guys should be fucking stoked for yourself. No matter what fucking happens, you guys have a pretty realistic and grim view of things as musicians in this world. And at the end of the day, we're all going to die. And as big as our favorite bands are, they're still relative fucking nothingness and all this. So all you can do is make something that'll make yourself fucking proud, you know?
Yeah. Eat nihilist Arby's. Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Big time Dallas Darby fan. Shout out Brendan Kelly from the Lawrence Arms.
There you go. You know.
There we go. Yeah, no, I know. Yeah, yeah. I think yesterday I told someone Brendan Kelly is the funniest human alive. So wow,
Yes.
what a pull! I knew you're my kind of guy, Ben. All right, I appreciate you guys for joining us. And once again, we're talking November or October 24th. No alternative drops. October 20th.
No alternative. October 24th, 2025.
Go on your Apple. Go on your Spotify. Go on your Bandcamp. Ben might have maintained it. It might be there.
We'll see.
You can give some money for it, maybe, that they will use on Arby's or formula. Like the kid thing, they get expensive. Luke doesn't fucking know yet. Like, you got to buy so much powder. You're basically like a fucking cokehead without the fun. Yeah. Well, actually, it's fun. You get memories. Yeah.
Part of the fun of following Scarlet Street is you may or may not get anything. And that is the journey in itself.
I like that. You guys are the anti-TGI Friday band. The customer is not always fucking right with you guys, and I like that, and I hope you never fucking change that. Thank you for joining me here on Emo Kids Anonymous.
Anytime. Have us back.
Hey man, it's your boy Petty Hendrix, man. You tuned in to Emo Kid Anonymous. Check it out, you did.